Ladies and gentlemen, we are live.
Enter the lab, Elvis Escobar. He is Fort Sama. We appreciate you guys coming back, listening to us, vibing with us in the lab on Sunday evening. April 16th. Got the NBA playoffs going on. This episode is always unofficially, officially presented by Billionaires Row, BR.
BR Boys.
Liquor. Go get that for the, for the summer. Get you a mixed cocktail.
Caviar. Cognac.
Caviar, water. You'll see them in, what club are they in?
They at Tootsie's? 11?
I think so. I've been there one time.
I know they had Tootsie's. I'm pretty sure they had 11. They had Total Wine and More.
Yes, sir.
You know, we doing our thing.
Shout out Billionaires Row.
They're doing their thing.
they've been supporting us for a year and a half now, of reposting us, showing us love. But, episode 72, we wanted to start off by first and foremost, sending, much love and appreciation to the Lit One on YouTube.
Yes,
the
sir.
Lit One with 2 E's, the Lit One. He has a great, following, subscribers, and they're loyal to him. We got to see that. We got to see, he showed love. We didn't, we wanted to have him on because I thought he was a cool dude and shoot the stuff. And he really did some promotion for Enter the Lab and us without having to ask him to do that. So we appreciate him and also his subscribers for viewing. We had, I'll give you the numbers real quick, which, like we always said, we do this for ourselves, but if it reaches an audience, that's even better, and we love that. So, episode 71. Right now on YouTube, we're at 618 views, 111 likes, 56 comments, and that's a credit to the Lit One for promoting us and showing love and unconditionally, kind of like, there's no reason for him to tell 56,000 of his subscribers to go listen and drop a like and a comment and subscribe. And, we gained like 20 subscribers since that episode, 22 to be exact. So most of his subscribers are in the UK, so it's 6 hours from now. So if there are people up and at him at that time now, thank you, welcome. But if you watch this episode tomorrow and throughout the week, we appreciate you. Definitely drop a comment and, if we definitely drop something so we can know who you are. So Fort, obviously I said my intro about that. What do you have to say about that blowing up in that level, prospectively from our blow up? Because usually we have a certain amount of viewers, and it's good to reach out, and we had good conversations with his viewers and subscribers.
Yeah, no, that was definitely great having him on and just getting a different point of view from social media and content creation and how he goes about and does everything. And just him reposting us and doing what he did was awesome. That was our most viewed episode, for sure. And just the interactions that we had, not only on the live, but then after the fact on the videos itself was pretty cool. I know he'll definitely get back on with us, and it was just a good time to kick it with him and talk some music, talk about reaction stuff, and that might be something that we'll be looking forward to in the future of maybe doing ourselves. Who knows what we can cook up. It was pretty cool. I mean, he's a genuine dude, down to earth, and I had a good time.
Yeah, we'll definitely have him on again. I love doing first episodes because if it goes well and we feel like we vibe in the lab, we'll definitely have you on again. And we have yet to, we've had, Koryak was on twice.
Yeah.
Ben.
Ben doesn't really count though.
Ben don't really count because that's family to the podcast. But as far as a guest, we've only had one person be on twice because as we go throughout, and hopefully as viewers, as listeners, we're trying to give you a little diversity, trying to see what we click with. Because I think as a podcast and individually and together, I think we're trying to figure out what lane we want to go in. We're trying to be as open as possible, whether it's content, whether it's interviews, conversations, dialogue, discussions about life, sports, whatever it is. We don't want to be boxed in, right? We don't want to be boxed in as a sports podcast. I want to be, open forum engagement type.
Yeah, it's always crazy. Like when I when the conversation starts and like I tell people like, oh yeah, I do a podcast. They're like, oh, what is it about? Like that's like the, I don't really want to say dumbest question you can ask someone that does a podcast, because there are podcasts that are just like focused on one thing, but that's not us. That's not what we want to do. We don't really want to be focused on one thing. We just want to talk about what's going on in the world, talk about what's going on in culture and sports. Yeah, sports might be what we are most well versed in, but at the end of the day, like, I don't want to just sit here and really talk about sports the most, you know?
For real.
Because that can get redundant after a while, even though it's fuck Milwaukee for the next
Facts.
week and a half, whatever it may be. So, yeah, no, we talk about everything, bro. We talk about everything on here. We just share fucking notes, Instagram posts, Twitter tweets, and just go from there. Whatever's popping in the news, whatever's current, and just talk that shit. And we also always want shit from y'all. Like, if y'all are listening, give us some input too, because we don't do this. I mean, we do it for us to kind of just like talk our shit too between both of us, but we don't want to just talk about us and what we like. We also want to like hear y'all's opinions and what y'all want us to talk about too. And we appreciate y'all listening to us and listening to our 2 cents, because that means a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. So with us, we got for doing this for now, me and you enter the lab a year and a half. For people who don't know that are viewing, we've been doing podcasting now for over 2 years. Formerly known as Utility Players, with 4 people. We narrowed it down to 2. And I feel like we hit our stride as far as content and what we want to talk about and vibing out. So it's showing, obviously, in, people who are subscribing, people who are reviewing, people that are engaging with us. And all we can do is continue to, like all of our videos, comment on it, give us topics to talk about. I know there's a lot of people that have watched our content or listened to that don't normally listen to podcasts that have locked into us. So I appreciate that. We're nobodies in general of the word, but hopefully we become something that we could just vibe out to and stuff like that. So I did want to start that obviously this podcast with shouting out the TLO gang, the lit one, of course, highest on YouTube that we've done, over 600 views, and hopefully we could, retain most of you guys. Yeah. Most of you people are in the UK. Not sure,
Yeah, if you locked in,
we can talk a little
episode.
Soccer if we need to. We can talk a little soccer.
Yeah, we got some UK soccer players that we know that we can definitely get on.
We do.
Hey, we had Charlie on the episode. He's from the UK. He plays right now in Tampa. So that was episode 15. So if
is it 15? I was just gonna look it up.
I believe so. Exact. Yeah, episode 15. So
I'll confirm that in a second.
If y'all fucks with some 15. Football, some soccer, go check out that episode. See a little bit about his story. He's in Tampa Bay right now with the Rowdies. We might have another one of his buddies get on soon. I'm trying to see what that's going on. And we fucks with everybody. Love is love.
For real, we really do. We we have our own opinions and
except the Bucks.
What we believe, yeah, exactly, and the Sixers right now. We have our own beliefs and ideologies and opinions, but that doesn't mean we want to hear it all. So feel free to comment and always engage. And if you think we should have somebody on the podcast that you want us to engage with, let us know. It's funny because I'm looking back, episode 15, we did have Charlie Dennis on. At the time, he was on the Oakland Roots. Now he's on the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Yeah.
Rowdies, they started their season. That was March 24th, 2022. So next week would be an exact year, which is pretty crazy. Wait, not March. I'm sorry.
A little over a year.
It's already been a year. It's already been a year. I'm already forgetting what month we're in. I feel like March and April already.
It's going by fast. April's halfway done, bro. We're going to be in summer.
That's crazy. It's a great sports. Speaking of sports, it's a great sports month with NHL playoffs going on. We got the UEFA, speak about soccer in England. We got the UEFA, tournament going on, as they say. Real Madrid, my team, Vito's team, Chelsea Blues. If you want to talk a little UK, a little English, obviously Real Madrid always seems to beat the English Premier teams. And then we got, basketball. We got baseball going on. We got UFC always peaking. And then we got some boxing matches going into the
next week,
the fall,
next
summer.
week.
Yeah, we got a lot going on in the sports. But we'll get into that in the meat and potatoes of the episode. But we'll just shoot the shit now. Did you do anything, fun? Obviously, we talked a little bit on the weekend. I was doing my little, having people over and watching a bunch of stuff. Any stories from?
I've seen that.
Yeah.
My guy said I was trying to have a chill night. He sent me a snap. You got like 10 people at the crib.
Right? I'm like, I like premeditate all these days off for me, like as far as like chilling in the lab, not drinking, just relaxing, getting some good food in me. And then all of a sudden things pop off, people come over, and it's like, if I haven't seen you in a while, shout out to Days for coming through. I haven't seen them in a few months. And, what am I supposed to do? Say no? So, I had a couple beverages, but I still was disciplined in mine. But did you any fun stories from Saturday night? I know you had a night out on the evening solo.
Friday night, yeah, I went out
Friday?
solo.
Oh yeah, Friday,
yeah, Friday night. Yeah, Friday night. No, man, going out by yourself is fun, because you're just like, not that like I'm looking to start anything or I'm looking for things to start with me or whatever, but when you go out by yourself, you're kind of always, get the Bucks the fuck out of here. All right. No, you're kind of just like always on your P's and Q's, kind of sort of, because you're by yourself and you're really just trying to make sure that nothing happens, and you're just always got your head on a swivel type shit, because you're by yourself, and someone might try and catch you lacking, but I'm never lacking. And so it's just good, because you kind of like learn about yourself more, and I don't know, people kind of look at you differently, like when they see just someone out by themselves or whatever. It's like, what the fuck this dude doing out by himself? Like, what the fuck he got going on? Why is he doing that shit? So I don't know, man. It's definitely different. It's fun. I've done it a few times the last few months, and I felt like I needed to get out. I had like a little bit of a weird week with, my whole car situation. I told you about that, fucking making sure my car got cold AC, because
we could all relate to that. We could all relate to, the car just breaks down all out of nowhere, and all of a sudden you get a bill for $1,000 or $2,000.
Yeah, it was blowing hot AC. Went to a dealership. They was trying to fucking hoodwink me and bamboozle me, and I put my foot down. I wasn't gonna let that happen. And I just felt, I got a haircut Friday too, so I was like, like I might have to do a little something. And I had a good time. I
like how you FaceTime me right before the haircut. For people that listen to this podcast, I do call up my friends and family, like you all should. The classic example is like, if a friend has a booger in their nose, you should always let them know. Don't feel embarrassed. That's how you got your real friends. How I take that is, if my friends need a haircut or a lineup, I'd be calling them out, because I would want them to let me know, like, low key, hey, when's the last time you had your barber lace you up real quick? So you FaceTime me before you were about to go out, and I was thinking it. I didn't say it, but you were like, before you say something, don't worry, I got the appointment set up.
Yeah, I definitely.
And you look good now, and you look presentable. You look good.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Shout out my boy.
I'm not all negative. I'm not all negative.
But no, man, honestly, like, if I have a booger or I have something like in my tooth or something, just please let me know. Like, don't. You're a bad friend if you're out with like one of your homies and they got something in their face or something in their beard or something in their nose, their mouth or whatever, and you don't tell them. That's messed up on your part. Like, you gotta tell people that shit, cause
come on, dog, always.
Or if they got something on their shirt, whatever, anything, bro. Like, let that person know, cause that's just.
I mean, hopefully, as a friend,
Yeah,
it's common friend lingo. Hopefully, as a friend, you're letting them know all the time when they fucking up or doing good. Sometimes you got to let them know when they're on the right track. You don't always want to be critical. When your friends are doing well, your friends or family, they're bouncing back. They're doing things that, they should be doing. Let them know too. But when they fucking up and they got something going on, like, hey man, Let me talk to you real quick.
Yeah,
You know, you don't try to embarrass him. I'm not. You know, you're not like saying it in front of a 20 people gathering, but you're like pulling him aside and be like, hey, man,
right. Yeah.
you got a little something, something. I got you.
Like my job says, let's have some healthy conflict.
Healthy. I love healthy. I'm all about healthy conflict.
Let's have some healthy conflict. You know,
Bro, I like that.
It's good to
I like
have,
that.
man. It's definitely good to have because
I like
you don't.
that a lot.
Man, like honestly, like I know a lot of people are always going to be like, "Oh, I do things on my own. I don't need nobody. You know, I did this myself." Blah 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 blah. Nah,
Everybody
man,
wants
nah,
to feel
nah.
like I did it on my own.
Yeah,
Right?
everyone wants to be like that, you know. But at the end of the day, you're always going to need a few people in your corner, a few people on your team, whether it be like
Less is
you know,
usually more.
right? Yeah, whether, and that's not saying that you can't have a small circle or whatnot. You can't have few people that you tell everything about, but there's few things better than having a good support system and knowing that those people are there for you when you may need them and you know they mean well. So it's, man, like don't be that person talking about like, oh, I don't need no one. I do this myself. Yeah, that's not cool.
It's funny because if you're listening to this and it's like and you're confused at it, that says all you need to know. Like, what are you talking about? I can't relate to this. You know what I mean? Like, you know when you're spitting facts or something and you're like, and this other person can't like understand or appreciate what you're saying. That means either they're that one that is the reason why you're saying it. They're the negative aspect in people's lives and shit like that. Because it's like, wait, what? What do you? I don't really understand what you're saying. But
Yeah.
everybody can relate to that.
So this is something that, you know, since we started talking about the UK and we started talking about soccer and whatnot, this is something that was brought up a lot of social media pages and was kind of, you know, prevalent throughout the week, last week, I guess. And I don't know if you saw this. I'm sure you saw this because it was pretty much everywhere. I'm going to probably butcher his name, but ACHRAF HAKIMI, Muslim King.
That didn't sound too bad.
Didn't sound too bad. Did you hear about this guy? How you know his wife was trying to divorce him?
Yes, I do. He's formerly on Real Madrid.
Right.
A few years back, we got him when he was young. He signed off of Real Madrid, went to PSG. I don't think he went to PSG immediately, or maybe he did. But now he's on PSG. Obviously, PSG's the top team in Paris that they sponsored by Jordan. They get backed by oil money. You know, a lot of people that watch soccer know those point of views right there. That, you know, they sign high profile people, and he's I believe his background is Moroccan. He's on the Moroccan team that went far in the World Cup. See,
they did.
We're trying to, for the UK people, we're trying to work this in, a little soccer vibe for y'all. But go ahead.
So this is new. I'm seeing an article. It was actually.
Can you show a picture of that? Any tweet or something like that?
Well,
let's be more visual on this podcast now that we do on YouTube.
This article was published today, so this is new to me. It's
probably got an update then.
Right. Yeah.
Like that.
I don't know what this is doing here.
Take that off, please. Thank you. Yeah, read the headline, read a little excerpt.
Keeps popping back up. So editors note, after publishing the story, it was brought to my attention that he's facing preliminary charges for rape in Paris.
Ooh,
so
didn't know that.
This might be why his wife was looking for a divorce. But when this lady went to divorce him, she found out from the courts that he doesn't own anything. He has everything, his houses, his cars, whatever he has, in his mother's name, which is fucking awesome. And he makes about 1.1 million euros a month, and 80% of it goes to his mom. So this is dude right here. That's his girl.
Yeah. All right.
Girl,
I believe that she's a lot older than him.
Yeah.
I believe he's in his 20s and she's in her like maybe 30s or late 30s, something like that. I seen a quick tweet about that. I don't know if you want to fact check me on that real quick.
He had an ace up his sleeve. Apparently, he registered his assets. He included clothes, cars, and real estate. So,
ooh.
I mean,
so his mom ain't no fool, is what you're saying. His mom knew the game.
Yeah, she really
like,
did.
hey, put it under my name. and we secure the bag.
We secure the bag, but I could only imagine how she must have felt when she was like, "Oh, I'm about to get him," like this is I'm about to take all this guy's shit.
No, hey, let's make sure we don't know the intention. Sometimes
Whoa.
heartbreak and allegedly sexual situations happen that may be legal or illegal, and she just wanted to move on from her life, and then she happened to find out that she ain't on the come up. So let's not assume things. You know what I mean? Let's assume that this person is a genuine human being that
she was actually forced to give him half her net worth.
Oh, because he puts his income on the side and because I heard that he pays his mom 80% of his wages too, or something like that. So they had a whole situation going on, huh?
Yeah, he has zero net worth on papers and can seek financial aid for separation from his former partner. She played herself.
Let this be a lesson. Sometimes, as we evolve in society and, divorce rates are up and, women are empowered and, women are becoming more independent, bosses, and shout out that's awesome. Make sure, hey, if you're the woman and got to do those things, do it too, right? We only hear when divorces happen, the women come after the men, but there's divorces that men come after women, but you know why they're not publicized or they get criticized? Because, as a man, you shouldn't be going after it, and I don't agree with that. I don't agree that you can't defend a woman for going after assets because, quote unquote, they were in a relationship and, she deserves half, but then if a man does that back, it's viewed as a negative, or it's viewed as kind of like a black mark on his record of you shouldn't be doing that. You can't have it both ways. You can't do that two-way street.
No, you definitely
can't.
You definitely can't have it both ways. That's not fair. I mean, it's just like it would be against feminism, So we're feminists on this podcast. At least I am.
Super.
So
at least you are. Stand corrected. You are more than I.
I like to think, that women should have equal rights, and that's how the world should work. But unfortunately, that's not how it is in some situations, and that's not good. But slowly but surely, we've seen some progress in that, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
We're all here for it. Yeah. Shout out. Let's see. That's a good topic. It's funny because when we were talking about, as we were on YouTube and, we're dominant more on YouTube, we should become more of a visual podcast. So showing articles, showing pictures of what we're talking about might mean a little bit more to our viewers. This is another one that is a visual conversation that, if you're watching live, please share your opinions. And especially if you watch after we log off, definitely comment below, like our video. But this Dalai Lama.
You sent me that.
Yeah.
You sent me that.
You can probably find it on Twitter. It's not something that's going to get cleared, but let's do some research here. Because while you look that up, I'm going to do my own research as far as, let's see.
That was so weird. I didn't even watch it. Like, what is this man doing, bro?
So when you Google Dalai Lama, right away the kiss comes up. But I wanted to Google for people who don't know, because most people don't know what a Dalai Lama is, who he is, what's his responsibilities. My computer's going a little slow, so sorry if I'm glitching. Do I sound good to you on your end?
You sound fine, yeah.
Okay, yeah, my computer's working a little slow. It happens when I have a 2013 Mac Air and I'm trying to charge it. I want to try to look at, real quick, before you show the video,
I just don't understand with everything that's going on in the world nowadays and how everything is videotaped, and someone as prevalent as the Dalai Lama, why would he even be out here trying to do something like that? That can't be the first time he's asked some kid to suck his tongue, because that's not something that you just out of nowhere you're just like, oh, bro, suck my tongue.
The camera's on. The first time
Nah.
you think you would ask for anything in general would not be when cameras and the world is watching, right? Whether that's good, whether that's bad, anything. It's like first time for everything should not be recorded is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That's like a rule of thumb.
Are they gonna cancel the Dalai Lama now? I don't even know what the fuck a Dalai Lama is, to be honest.
That's what I'm trying to find out exactly. So, Dalai Lama is a title given by the Tibetan people to the foremost spiritual leader of the Gulag or
The
Yellow Hat
Gulag?
School. Gulag, it's Gulug. So sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Or quote unquote Yellow Hat School of Tibetan Buddhism. So it's basically kind of like that. You know, if you want to, president, the prime minister, the all-knowing, it's like the symbol, you know, the Queen of England, something like that, I would say, you know, in that culture. So this is somebody that obviously, you know, in that culture, you know, not doing drugs, not drinking alcohol, not doing sexual acts, I believe, are all cut out. I believe so, right? It's...
I'm not fucking with it.
It's,
I'm not fucking with it.
It's when you're the head of that type of philosophy, actions, and religion and way of life. When you do something like that, it means even more than a regular leader doing it, right? Because it's supposed to be like you're not even supposed to be joking.
Set an example.
You're not even supposed to be joking in that way. You're not even supposed to think. You're not even supposed to think that way. Like thoughts are like in most of those religions. A thought is a sin. Like a thought is actually as much as doing it, the action.
Yeah.
So the fact that he not only thought it, did it in front of people, and then, you know, the apology letter after was, you know, often he, you know, with his followers and worshipers or whatever, he, you know, jokes around or does some fun stuff.
No.
It's probably better that you didn't say anything, to be honest.
That's just that's crazy. I don't know why he's. I don't know. It's just he just woke up that day and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna ask a kid to suck on my tongue," and he thought that was fine, and he was.
Yeah, the video.
Away with it. Yeah, I showed it. I'll pull it up again.
Wait, you showed it? I didn't see it.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, maybe I was reading the article. Yeah. Show it real quick, just.
And he sticks his tongue out too, bro. What the fuck? And no, look, the thing about it is like this kid.
That's why it's big. And sorry, I spoke on mute, but that's why it's big for me. You know, in my opinion, is these are the people that like not only you know, religion or you know, when we need hope that we rely on. You know what I mean? Like, but also you got to realize these are just people too. Like just like your neighbor, who you might respect and appreciate and maybe love or whatever, that they have demons or they fuck up too. Just because they're a higher power and higher rank don't mean they're perfect either. So I always see these things and I'm always like, damn, what the fuck? But I'm like, these motherfuckers are human just like everybody else.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, this kid probably, like, he knows who the Dalai Lama is. He's not dumb. He's there. Like, he understands what the Dalai Lama is. So it's going to be weird for him to, like, say no and be like, oh, I don't want to do this or I'm not supposed to do this, because he's probably looked up to him and his parents are probably showing him like teachings of the Dalai Lama or whatever the case may be. And then I don't know what they were doing in that video or what was going on or whatever, but he put the kid in a weird ass situation.
Yeah, no, you could tell he was weird because when he went up there, he was a little hesitant. Sorry if you hear thunder in the background. I'm here in South Florida. It's thundering in the background. But you could tell he was a little hesitant, a little weird. Like, he didn't really do everything he was saying him to do. And I don't want to spend too much time on this because it's weirdo shit. But, like, it's world news. Shit. It's kind of like, you know, things that lead to other things. And, you know, a lot in the news is, you know, our leaders and politicians. Not that he's a politician, but the people that we're supposed to look for to set the example are not setting the example, bro.
Not at all. Not at all. And it's just, I don't know. At least it's good that it's not fucking only our fearless leader out here doing some wild shit. And there's other leaders out there that are doing some wild shit with kids too. So kind of makes me feel a little bit better, but at the same time, it really doesn't. It's like, it's all bad.
Weirdo stuff going on here, man. That's why, you shouldn't, it's good to idolize and look up to people in a sense, whether, more so if you know them, because then you could kind of see them more. But, to totally be, fooling for whatever people just because they're on TV, because they're an actor, they're an athlete, they're some type of leader, to give them 100% of you just because of that. Nah, you gotta understand. Humans are human, and humans are gonna do human-like things. As crazy as broad as that sounds, if you get it, you get it. You good?
Yeah, I'm just on Twitter looking at trending stuff right now.
Got you. Yeah. So as Fort opened up this episode, Heat beat the Bucks. Giannis was out. Tyler Hero was out for most of the game.
Giannis broke his ass.
Y'all stole game one, which is good for y'all.
Did we steal it? Did we steal it? I look.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
No, look. Honestly, we were the 1 seed last year. We went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. We didn't make the finals on a last fucking second shot that went in and out.
Speaking of shot, I'm taking one because of you.
And it's just like, I don't think steal's the right word. I think we're the best 8 seed ever in the history of the NBA. That's just crazy to me, We had so many injuries.
Fort, I've watched
the whole
more
year.
Heat games. I know I've watched more Heat games than you this year.
Tyler Hero broke his hand.
Stop.
Okay, so
Stop.
It's just it's so crazy to me. Like,
I've watched more Heat games than you. Stop rambling. Stop it.
We have probably one of the best playoff players, just strictly in the playoffs of all time. Jimmy Butler, when it's playoff basketball, NBA playoffs, this guy just turns into fucking Michael Jordan, man. It's just so crazy to me. We didn't steal anything. This guy might just win Finals MVP this year.
All right, you're making me mad. Stop. You guys, I've watched more Heat games than you this year. That's a fact. I know. I don't have to hear
100% fact. But see, as a Heat fan, as someone that's been so spoiled my whole life, regular season doesn't mean anything to us, bro. Regular season basketball.
What are you talking about? You were the one you just bragged about being the number 1 seed last year.
Yes, exactly.
How do you get to the number 1 for the regular season meaning something?
Okay, so we just did our thing. We just did our thing.
You just
did our thing, man. Honestly, like.
No, now you're rambling. You're rambling. And you're rambling. You can't speak. You can't do like Stephen A, where you just talk over somebody and think you're proving a point because you keep going. You just said that being a number 1 seed meant something, and now you're saying being a number 8 seed doesn't mean anything.
We had to switch it up. We had to switch it up. We needed more parity in the Eastern Conference this year. And I'm glad we lost that first play-in game because I'd rather play Milwaukee than play Boston. Come on. I'm good. I said Heat in 6 earlier on Facebook. Honestly, it might be Heat in 5. Who knows? Giannis' ass don't look all right. Chris Middleton ain't moving that needle, man. Chris Middleton is not moving that needle. I'm sorry. Chris Middleton might be the ugliest player in league history. Him and Sam Cassell.
No, I got 2. Sam Cassell and Popeye Jones. Bring up those people right now.
I don't even know who Popeye Jones is, bro.
We're a visual podcast now. Now that we have, 170 subscribers. Last episode did over 600 views. We're now
Sam
officially
ugly, bro.
Bring up Sam Cassell, bring up Popeye Jones, and let the people talk. You take another gun at me today?
Sam Cassell is ugly, bro.
All right. I mean,
look at this guy.
You don't have to convince us. You could just show him. People would know that. Like, it's like looking at the Mona Lisa for the first time.
Look what they did here.
Either affects you.
They tried him.
Now Google Popeye Jones. Let the people speak.
Who the fuck is Popeye Jones?
Played for the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's
Oh,
who I mainly
wow.
know him for. That's who I
That's
mainly know
tough.
him for in the early 2000s.
That's tough. Oh, wow.
You see him?
What? Yeah, hold on. I don't know why it stopped sharing. I'm about to pull it up again. I have it up here. Yeah, he's ugly, bro.
That's my vote real quick.
He's ugly.
Popeye Jones, man, that's tough.
That's
It's hard.
That's
Oh,
real
that's
tough,
the
bro.
picture I'm talking
Wow.
about. That's tough. You got ears, you got no hair, you got no beard, you got no lip, you got different different sized eyes. The shape of your head is symmetrical. There's a lot
All right,
going
man,
on
let's-
right now.
let's-
It's a lot.
let's
All right,
stop.
now
Let's-
pull up
let's-
Chris Middleton as a third vote,
stop.
so we can have a vote. Maybe we could post this as a realist show. Like, vote your most out of these three. Who's your ugliest? I'm sorry, they were born like this. It has nothing to do, nothing personal.
I don't know, bro.
I'm sure their parents look really okay. There's no way their parents are pretty.
Look at this guy.
Middleton. Yeah, there's some close-ups that are worse.
Yeah,
I would put
trying
him.
to
I would
find-
rank him 3 in these top 3.
Yeah,
There's some angles that are tough though, for sure.
He's,
When he smiles, when he talks, side
I don't
angle
know.
doesn't look good. I'm gonna say
No.
Popeye Jones, Sam Cassell, Chris Middleton. That's my top 3.
yeah.
Oh, Thunder, you hear that?
I agree with you. Yeah.
I had it muted real quick. Hold on.
But look, man. When the pressure's on, Miami Heat basketball steps up. Okay, our coaching's better.
All right.
I'm just saying, man.
Get it off your chest. You're like the New York Knicks. They win one game. they
Oh,
call it-
relax,
You got
relax.
You got Nick fan saying Knicks in 2,
Relax.
Knicks in 3. Like, y'all
Relax.
motherfuckers know it's a 7-game series, right? You need to win 4.
Relax. See, now they did steal that game. Okay, the Knicks stole that game. Hey, look, I wouldn't be surprised if the Knicks win that series either. But I think the Cavs are a better all-around team. Jalen Brunson fucking balled out.
Yeah.
So did Julius. They have to do that every game to win that series.
I think they're very evenly matched, the Knicks and the Cavs. Obviously, Cavs are number 1 in points, giving up points per game all year. They got a good mix of shooting, score making, with Mitchell, and then obviously defense with Jared Allen and Buddy. What's his name? I got it.
Mobley.
Mobley, yeah. So Nets lost to the Sixers. Nets didn't deserve to win that game. They, a lot of calls the Sixers' way. So Sixers are up 1-0. Celtics dominated Hawks. Nothing to talk about that. Knicks, Cavs, obviously close. I think that's going to go game 6 or 7. Kings, Warriors. That is must watch every single time they play because Kings have home court advantage, which is way different than the Warriors are used to. Obviously, they're always the top 2 team in the West getting home court. But
Right.
that crowd is loud, bro. I don't know. I mean, I text you at one point last night. I don't know if you were watching.
Light the
'cause you were watching
beam.
UFC, but that crowd was loud from tip off to the end, more than the end, because they were outside partying, lighting the beam. So that crowd is a factor. When you talk about crowd noise and crowd energy feeding into a team, they probably have the best home court advantage right now in the playoffs
Well,
out of
they
every
have.
single team.
They haven't. All right. I mean that
Who?
they haven't been in a. We
That's
we
what
don't
I
know
mean.
yet. We don't know. They haven't
No,
had a
we just- I
playoff
just-
game in 16 years.
That's
so
what I
of
mean.
course,
I'm talking about the
they-
crowd. I'm just talking about the
they're-
crowd
they're
energy.
just-
That's
just
why
been
they would
building
have
up.
that event. That's why they would have that. I'm not saying why they have it. I'm saying they have it. Whatever the reason is, they have the most energy out of every crowd because it's been so long.
It's also been
Pause.
like that. They've been like that the whole season too. That crowd has been.
Oh no, they've been like that, dude. I've been watching the Kings since the early 2000s, late 90s. Chris Webber, Mike Bibby, Peja Stojakovic,
Yeah.
Vlade Divac.
course.
They had that.
Yeah.
They've always had that. They just
Yeah.
haven't made the playoffs since then.
Right.
So it's
16
like
is a
that's
long
why.
time.
Like this is all building up, and they've gotten more. They're fed up. Like they packed out the house. They were lit outside. Good for them. I love that. Like, we talk about how we love to watch, the New York teams, the Florida teams, the California teams go to the playoffs all the time, and it's good for basketball. No, motherfucking Sacramento Kings in a new arena, new ownership is good for basketball.
They got a heck of a squad too, man. Not a lot of people are going to know about it because they don't get national televised games, but they got a team, man. They got a team.
Clippers, Suns playing now. Clippers up 10. Heat took care of the Bucks, obviously with injuries involved. We'll see if they could. Miami goes up 1-0. Fort claims that they didn't steal it, but whatever.
That Clippers Suns series is going to be fun to watch because you got KD on a new team and he hasn't had much experience playing with them. And then you got Russell Westbrook on the other end. Guaranteed he's not starting or whatnot, but that dynamic is going to sell. That's what the NBA is going to sell, Russ versus KD. You got PG's not going to play. They already said that. He's going to miss his first series. So I don't know how they can't have Kawhi on a minutes restriction when you got KD on the other end doing what he does best. So I don't know. That's going to be a fun series to watch. I think it might be like the lower scoring of the series just because they're pretty even.
Yeah.
But the NBA, I feel like, just always does it right, man. Like, who would have thought? Trade deadline, you get KD going to Phoenix, you get Russ going to the Clippers, and then they end up playing each other in the playoffs. Like, come on. We got Nuggets and T-Wolves later on tonight. Lakers.
That was a fun game, too. Lakers-Grizzlies is my second favorite series out of the, it's Kings, Warriors, Lakers, Grizz, and then the Cavs, Knicks are going to be fun. Those are my top 3 series that I'm going to be locked into. Like, as far as quality every single game. Oh, my God. You hear that? That's crazy. This thunder. What's it do?
I think the Lakers win that series. I think the Lakers win that series. I don't know if the Grizzlies are ready for the playoffs yet. Like, they've been there, but they lost last year against the Warriors, and we all know what the Warriors are. And now this year they're playing against LeBron, AD. Like, the Grizzlies, they're a great team, but I don't think they're just mentally prepared for the playoffs as a team. You got John Morant doing whatever. You got Brooks doing whatever, wearing whatever, saying whatever. Hasn't accomplished anything in his career, just talking out of his ass. And it's not a good look. It's not a good look. Fucking Rui Hachimura gave him buckets today. Austin Reeves gave him.
What about White Boy?
Yep. Austin Reeves, AR-15, gave him buckets today. And then you got this guy, LeBron. Shout out who?
Shout out Manny. He came to my crib last night and he was bigging up Austin Reeves. He's talking much good shit about him.
He's been hooping.
This dude hooped.
He's been hooping. But then you got LeBron out here talking about, like, I knew from the first practice that he wasn't going to be a two-way player for long. I knew the type of players that fit with my game. I knew Austin would be. Like, why are you making it about you, bro? You didn't even have that great of a game. Y'all won because of the bench. Yes.
He said that post game?
Yes.
I got to watch that.
Why are you saying that, bro? Like,
you're right. He does have a weird way. That does make it about him because now what you did was.
To fit with my game. Like,
no, that does, like, if you break it down, like, when you talk about narcissism, that you're giving a compliment, but you're also giving a compliment to you. You understand what I'm saying? So
yeah.
you can't give a compliment to somebody saying, I knew based on his talent and what he was, he's good, right? You say that. But by saying that, you're also saying, I recognize something, so you should all right, enough about basketball. Let's, obviously, Lakers, John Morant might be hurt, wrist injury. He heard that, before the series, and now he heard it again. Clippers are up on the Suns.
X-ray's negative, so we're good.
Good.
That's
cool.
good.
Yeah, it's going to be a great, I think, the NBA did it right this year. Like, it just worked itself out. Every series, I would say, except for Celtics, Hawks, are pretty good. And I'd say Nets, Sixers. Yeah, clown.
Man, I don't know, bro. He's just
DeMarcus Cousins said he's a top 3 center right now in the NBA. He's playing for in the Puerto Rican league.
well,
The
no.
PR league roster looks good though. They got some solid. I want to read some of them.
He's
off.
not top 3 because he's not in the NBA.
Exactly.
So, if he was top 3, he would be, and he'd be getting buckets. And I love Boogie. I've always loved Boogie. I've loved his game. Been watching him for a long time. But injuries and just character issues and whatever the other things that he might have done have derailed his career. And, I mean, if he was a top 3 center in the NBA, he would be playing. Because there's not that many centers that are really good in the NBA. So...
I mean, yeah.
What else is he really gonna say? You know, he's not gonna say, "Yeah, I'm not that good to get an NBA contract."
It's like buddy fucking who's Newton fucking saying there's no 32 teams better than me.
Oh, Cam Newton.
He goes out and does a tryout and throws incomplete passes to open wide receivers. Like, come on, dog, stop being a clown. Yeah. Let me read out the people who are signed in Puerto Rican League. DeMarcus Cousins, Norris Cole, Terrence Jones, David Stockton. I guess that's John Stockton's son. Hassan Whiteside, Brandon Knight, Tariq Evans, Earl Clark, Ed Davis, Greg Monroe, Rondé Hollis Jefferson, Alfred Payton, Eric Pascal. So some guys that are, in their careers, they had either they were, a couple of them were all-stars, played on championship teams, or they were very relevant in quality teams. So that Puerto Rican team is, I think it's the Puerto Rican League, so they're all spread out. But I wanted to note that because I was like, damn, Puerto Rico got a good basketball league going on there.
Yeah, no, there's some names on there that are pretty good, but also it's Puerto Rico, so Puerto Rico has a pretty good history of basketball. So I mean, I'm trying to look it up right now. Yeah.
Who's your while you look that up? Who's your NBA the finalists came out for NBA awards. We won't go through all of them because it's unnecessary. We'll just do MVP. MVP finalists are Joel Embiid, Jokic, and Giannis, I believe. Who's your MVP?
So at the beginning of the year, it was definitely going to be Jokic with everything that he was doing. This guy was averaging a triple-double. I think he finished averaging a triple-double. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But, I mean, even getting close to that as a center is wild with the assist. But I think what Joel Embiid did after the All-Star break and just how Philly looks, I think he should get MVP because also it just gets kind of redundant when you have the same player winning MVP. It's going to be Jokic's 3rd year in a row if he wins it. It's just, it's not that great of a look for the league. So I think Joel should get it. He deserves it. He just balled out. He was having 50-plus point games, 40-plus point games, just dominating after the All-Star break. And he really put that Philly team on his back. So when you talk about like MVP, I think he was the most valuable player that second half of the year. So I think he wins it. I mean, it's going to be tough if you look at advanced stats and shit now, whatever.
Yeah, no, of course. It's crazy because
I think Embiid should get it.
I'm looking at it now, and like you said, it's humans are voting, so human evaluation goes into it, not just numbers. Because if it was just numbers, we all know Jokic would win, right? Do we agree with that? And
yeah, most likely.
if it was just numbers and efficiency, obviously I'm looking at Jokic's numbers. He's number 1 in triple doubles with 29. Next best is 14. Number 2 in double doubles, 58. Above him, Sabonis, 65.
That's nuts.
Yeah, he's number
Sabonis.
He's a center. Remember this. He's number 4 in assists with 9.8. Above number 1 is Harden with 10.7, so 1 full assist better. He is Jokic, I'm talking about. 11.8 rebounds a game, number 3. Top is 12.5. And then points, he's one of those that he's not scoring 30, he's scoring 24.5, but he's doing so much shit. So you're right. Humans vote for this. They don't like to, Jokic is back-to-back MVPs. Giannis won the year before him. So we tend to like to spread out MVPs and not vote more than back-to-back. There was a year that Steve Nash won back-to-back only because his team was one of the best and he was the best player on that team. So Kobe could have won it one of those years, but he didn't. I think if you're talking about numbers and team quality and what they do for their team, most valuable player, I'm saying Jokic, 100%. That's my MVP, right? But how I think it's going to go, I think it's going to go Embiid.
Yeah.
And I don't agree with that.
Did you see the Rookie of the Year voting?
That it was going to be unanimous, but one person voted no.
For Walker Kessler on Utah, and that one person was from a Utah paper. That's crazy. That's wild. I don't get how they have that. I don't get how that's done. Like, you shouldn't be able to vote bias like that. And then he was talking about, he went on the tweet app and saying that, with advanced numbers
Not
and
Twitter?
blah 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 blah.
You have
Yeah,
a
no,
tweet
Twitter.
app?
No, Twitter. Yeah, bro.
Why'd you say that? What are you, fucking 85 years old?
He was talking about you look at advanced numbers and advanced metrics and stuff. Walker Kessler was better than Paolo. Like, no, bro, no, he was not. He was not better than Paolo. Like, shut the fuck up. Just say you voted for him because it's Utah and Utah. Stop trying to fucking rationalize shit.
Yeah, that's somebody that's trying to convince themselves that whatever stat is. Sometimes stats are good, stats show it, but then you also have to carry stats with, actually.
Welcome to the ball game, Kevin Durant.
And being reasonable.
He finally scored. He had 0 points. He was 0 for 5 shooting.
Shout out the Underdog app. Chris Day. He was at my crib on Friday night, and he bet $10, and he won $200. So he sent me the link, and I bet 5 picks to win $50. I bet $5. One of the bets were that Kevin Durant was going to do lower points, rebounds, and assists than 38.5, so I might hit on that. But I was a bitch. What's cool is I insured the bet. So, like, if you bet 5 and hit 5 out of 5, you bet 5 and you win. I would win 100 or whatever it is. So I secured the bet. So if I win 4 out of 5, I win less money. But, I was a bitch. I was kind of, I was rushing, so I didn't feel confident in all the bets that I placed. But, we'll see how it goes. 4 out of 5. I think I could hit 4 out of 5 easily.
KD just scored again, so
it's okay. I got all of them. Points, rebounds, and assists. So he's got to hoop the rest of the game. Anyway, quick news before we get into some other things is Commander sold for what? $6 billion?
Well, so actually,
what?
As of 9 hours ago, the sale might not be finalized. There was a $7 billion cash offer by DC native Brian Davis, and it would make him the first black owner in the NFL, per Darren Haynes.
I'm not going to speak on that. I'm not going to speak on that only because that could be just technicalities or whatever, and that'd be wild if they have a deal in place and then out of nowhere something like that happens. So it could be somebody trying to break news that isn't fully informed, but we'll see. I can't believe news like that that's like, as of this time, it's like, I haven't seen any report like that, and the deal looks like done. They wouldn't welcome another deal, and it has to be voted upon. It's not like I sell you something and it's between me and you. No, the deal is between me, you, and everybody else too. So, like, there's so many other factors. So, like, if they don't approve of it, like, they could literally not approve of you as a human being. Like, that's how it is. Like, if Fort had enough money to buy a team, but they didn't approve of you and your ethics or whatever, they could not approve you. So
Yeah, it has to be approved by 24 of the 32
yeah, so
owners.
that's why I doubt they have a deal in place, and then out of nowhere they just go. But guess what? We live in 2023 where
All right. Hey, man,
shit's is crazy.
how about Magic Johnson being involved in that? Magic Johnson's in everything right now. Yeah, in the offer. He's part of the group. He's just all about the bag, this guy.
Yeah, Magic Johnson knows how to make a pretty penny. Him and Shaq. Speaking
and
of
Shaq,
football, YouTube has announced its pricing for NFL Sunday Ticket. YouTube TV, which I am a subscriber of, $349 a season, $249 if you purchase before June 6th, $389 if you bundle it with Red Zone. Non-YouTube subscribers, $449 and $489 with Red Zone. This is why people. It's funny because the same time Sunday Ticket was trending last Tuesday or this past Tuesday, Stream East was trending, Crack Streams was trending because it was like, this is why people watch TV, watch football games, how they do it. They either watch Red Zone on their, I added on for I think $10 a month for, what is it, September, October, November, December, and then I cut it off in January, so 5 months, $50 for the year, Red Zone, which is fine. And then I watch whatever's on TV, and if I need to watch something else, I'll stream it illegally. You're charging so much money for that. Like, that's not like fiscally, economically.
But like people still buy it though.
I mean, I personally don't know many people who do. So
Well, probably like people our age, but like I don't know, maybe like 40 plus, 50 plus year old people are buying it. And the thing is, like, you don't get your like regional team.
Oh, you don't?
Because your original team would be on cable or whatever. So like, I don't know, man.
Bro, these apps are fugazi. Now you sent me what HBO Max is just going to Max. Now they're gonna have commercials.
Yeah, you got ads.
It's funny because like lately I thought I figured out a cheat code with these. These cable providers.
That's the thing. That's the thing though. Once you think you have it figured out, then they do something else, and you're just like, oh fuck.
I was paying $220 for Xfinity cable, internet, and then I got like security alarm system that we barely use. All right, let's just call it. That was free anyway. I was paying $220. I figured out a cheat code to get AT&T, YouTube TV, and I paid half, literally. And now, so it was half of what I paid for $220. So it was like low ones, $130, $140, whatever. And then that's not including the apps that we pay for, because Bree watches a lot of Hulu's, whatever. We package it with, we bundle it with Disney and ESPN. But bro, all these apps are going up slowly. So every year they're going up $2 to $3.
Pay-per-views are going up.
I'm about to be even with what I just paid 2 years ago. So at the end of this year, I might be what I was paying last year or 2 years prior with everything else. So it's like, now I got to cut out something else because I can't do this no more. I can't play this game.
It's not a game you want to play either because it's not a winning game.
Yeah, because they're gonna, like you said, they're gonna keep figuring out ways.
Of course.
You get illegal streams. They're gonna try to be like, all right, we're gonna cut off the illegal streams. We're gonna do this, and they're gonna be, it's a game of chess. The viewers dictate what's going on truly, and then they adjust, right?
Shout out Khabib, Russian link, brother, Russian link.
Good thing. Yeah, good thing for UFC the fight night. We didn't have to stream that illegally. I got the bundle on that. That was a good fight. No.
Yeah, no, there was some pretty good fights, some pretty good moments in the card last night. I enjoyed it. Shout out Max Holloway. He did his thing. The Blessed Express keeps on blessing. And I don't know. I mean, is he going to fight Volk again for a fourth time? Most likely. It's just, I feel like Volk's his kryptonite. I don't know. He might get him. It's just, I don't know. I really don't know because Arnold Allen showed out. He did his things, but like Day Quads, the Cuban John Anik said, it's levels to the shit, and we saw it last night in the main event. So yeah, I mean, we got another good main event next week, Curtis Blades and Pavlovich. So that's a heavyweight bout. Lock in. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, what's the next UFC pay-per-view? Let's see. We got Fight Night, with Blades. Fight Night again the week after. And then 288 Sterling. Oh, I never seen him. I never seen him really fight. I think I always miss his bouts.
Yeah, Cejudo's good. He's a world champion. He's an Olympic gold medalist in wrestling. Nice. So he was a double champ for a while. That's going to be a good fight. Yeah, that's going to be fun. I mean, we're a gift that keeps on giving.
Right, UFC. And then we got, they announced Nate Diaz and Jake Paul August 5th, which is, it is what it is. Entertainment.
Brother.
I doubt, on the record, off the record, that we'll both either pay for it. So we'll be enjoying it.
I'm not paying for that shit, man.
Yeah. Somehow our eyeballs will watch it on a screen, but it'll just pop up without us doing anything.
That's how we know that people are still buying this stuff, bro. Cause
that is true. If they keep doing it, that's how you know, right?
They keep doing it, and they're making a bag from it.
No, you're right, because if people weren't paying for it, they'd link up with like a Peacock and go live on Peacock or live on Netflix. That's actually probably the next move. If pay-per-views go down, that might be a thing. Like, you know how like comedians go...
But then they're just going to raise the price of Netflix and the price of Peacock and whatever.
Of course. Yeah, of course, to justify it. But what I'm saying is, until then, like Chris Rock did his special, which was a huge special on Netflix, and he was the first comedy special to go live on Netflix, and that was the first time. So, like, I think that's what Netflix and these popular apps do, is take either a comedy special or an event, whether it's boxing or something like this, and take it live, because you have the technology to do it, and you already have the subscribers, so you could almost predict how many people bare minimum will at least have the access to it, right? Like, if you have 100 million subscribers to Netflix, you go, all right, we have 100 million. We could assume that at least 10 will be interested in it. That's a lot of people,
10 million, yeah.
I'm just throwing out numbers out there, but I'm just saying, you could at least calculate, according to how many people actually have the subscription package.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's just, I don't know. That's not a bad idea, but who knows, bro? Who fucking knows?
The only thing I have on my list to wrap up this episode, we appreciate everybody watching, listening on, a lot of people listen on podcast form, which we don't forget about you. Hopefully you're listening in your car, getting errands done like I do when I listen to my audio podcasts. Put us on, drop us in, and forget about it, and, you just vibe with us.
Just vibe.
Yes,
vibe.
Sir.
Big vibes.
Yeah. We're getting close to 100 episodes, which is huge. Totally, I think we've done over 100 episodes already with us.
And
previous utility. So we're over 100. Sure. I think on YouTube we're at I want to actually get that real quick before we wrap up some stats.
We're 7 followers away from 1,000 followers on Instagram.
Yep.
If you're listening to this, just share our post and.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be a cool number to get to.
We just want to get to 1,000, 1K, and that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, right. Set that bar, set that. All right.
Don't make me go out and fucking buy followers, bro. Don't make me do that. Don't make me do that. We're close to 200 subscribers on YouTube. Double check.
Yep.
Make sure you're subscribed.
We're at 172 subscribers on YouTube.
Oh, it's lit.
Since we've started a podcast, we're over 5,800 views on YouTube, which is cool. Keep the chatter going. If you hate us, let us know. Whatever. We don't care.
Well, that was mostly their fault if they hate us, because we've given them plenty of time and opportunities to send us stuff to talk about and different things, and lab talk and questions and just the whole shebang and
factuals.
You got the whole fucking comment section on YouTube Live that you could just type in whatever the fuck you want. I don't know, bro.
I don't have any.
You can lead the horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
There you go. I don't have any. Got to drop a little nugget in there every once in a while. I don't have any shout outs, but I do have I did see Mario 3D last week on matinee.
I've seen
Tuesday.
like little
Bro.
clips and scenes and stuff because the kids have been watching it, you know, illegal
wanted to say
copies
for
and
the
whatnot, and it looked pretty good. I
wanted to say for the record, I watched John Wick on last Thursday, John Wick 4 in theaters, and then the following Tuesday I watched Mario, and I walked out of Mario 3D feeling I loved it. Like it was, I kept on thinking about it. Jack Black is awesome as Bowser. Bowser steals the show. You know, there's always that one character
It's
that
Jack
like
Black.
Jack
The
Black
voice yeah.
kills it as Bowser. From the singing aspect, he adds a little flavor to that. He adds a lot of comedy to it. You know, Chris Pratt does a great job. You know, a lot of people criticize him with his voice and the accent, blah, blah, blah. He kills it. He kills it as Mario. Chris Day as Luigi. Just the, you know, key.
Chris Day.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Day killed. Yeah, dude, it's amazing. It's, dude. No, isn't it Chris Pratt, Chris Day of Always Sunny? Don't call me out like that. Do I have to look it up? Charlie Day, sorry.
Yeah, I was so confused.
Sorry. It's Charlie Day. Charlie Day, known for Always Sunny, plays Luigi. That dude, the whole cast thing. You know, it's funny because I was watching the movie and I'm like, I had to go on my phone real quick to look at because none of their voices sound like their voices. They kind of like animated a little bit, so you can't really tell unless you know. Like you wouldn't be able to just to guess. But Seth Rogen's in it. He plays Donkey Kong. It's just good. It's a good movie. Whether you have kids, go watch it. You know, if you're an adult, go fucking vibe out. Go get high.
Yeah, no, for sure.
You know, go take some shrooms, whatever it
Eat a
is.
gummy,
Responsibly.
yeah.
Eat a gummy.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Any shout outs on your end, brother?
So shout out one of our guests, Courtney Fallon. It was her birthday. Shout out that. Heat Dub, good birthday present. Shout out Matt Spo. Kelsey, 1 year. Love to see it. They're at Tortuga, living life.
Tortuga, yeah. So, they were hustling.
Yeah, happy for that. And I'm just going to leave it at that because I don't want to, you know, overshadow other shout outs over those two. Those are good, and I'm happy with those two.
Good point, brother. Good point. I love it.
I'm happy with those two.
Let's see what we have coming up on Enter the Lab. So tonight we're recording this on Sunday night. It'll be out immediately on YouTube. I'm going to try. It's 9 o'clock. I'm going to see when I log off how I feel about editing and getting the timestamps up. Be patient with me. But
I do want to say,
go ahead.
I do want to say, if you're a producer or you make beats or whatnot, let us know. We're looking for, not that we don't love our fucking intro now, because it's iconic at this point. We fucking love it. Shout out Jangle. Yes, sir. Absolutely. But, you know, like Ray said a few minutes ago, we're coming up on 100. Whatnot. I'm not doing that on every episode. I probably won't do that ever again because that just, no, Bree, no. Not happening. I don't even have a bottle near me this time to do that.
That's funny.
So, no.
But thank God you did last time.
Yeah, but yeah, no, if you're a producer, you make music, whatnot. If you're an artist or whatever you got, like, let us know. Send us some stuff. We want to showcase people's talents and whatever, and just with us, you know, if you sing, if you fucking rap, whatever. I know Ray has some things that he's brought to my attention about. Some, you know, maybe like an intro song, intro rap, intro bars, you know, whatever it is, man. We want to, not just for us, we want to showcase other people, all their talents, and just, you know, we want to be a for the people pod and not just us sitting here and giving our 2 cents all the time.
Yes, sir. Great shout out. Yeah, shout out you guys. Like we started the pod, we'll end the pod on, you know, shout out the TLO family, the squad, the gang. You know, without you guys in the UK, we wouldn't have been able to put out our most viewed, shared, and I think that episode will be I think a staple because, you know, there's always something that needs to be above, and you know the algorithm in YouTube or being shared of as far as views, comments, likes are huge to us. You know, we don't do this for money. We do it for our own entertainment. But the fact that people that don't know us were able to do it because somebody we had on the pod came on and showed love was huge. So we appreciate you, and hopefully You know, you listen to the lit one. I seen a lot of comments. A lot of people were like, oh, he's the only person I listen to in America and this and that. And I was like, hey, hopefully we could add to that list by being your second favorite or second YouTube subscriber that you listen to and hang out with us. So we're definitely open. You know, if we got to go full UK on them and they're interested and they're engaging, that's what we got to do.
Hey,
So
bruv.
we're more than welcome. If we got to record this podcast on Sundays at 10 a.m., I'm down. Nah? Maybe not Fort.
No,
Yeah, Fort
bro.
Fort needs to take 3 naps during the day.
No,
So that's probably not possible.
No. I mean, we could, no. Maybe, I don't even know. No. No, dude, no.
Nope. All right. We'll keep it open if you guys want.
We might maybe do like once a month or something. You know, UK special if we get the interaction and we get the love, and you know, I mean, we got it already, but we need it to be continuous.
UK, if you show that love, we'll make sure that we're on demand for y'all. So, much respect, much love. Elvis Escobar, Fort Sama, episode 72. Enter the lab, exit the lab. Peace, guys. 1.